Welcome back to Good Day State Line. We've been talking about Britney Spears with Tim Mahoney for quite some time, a few months, but we're now at the point where she's actually scheduled to go to court coming up in just really a few days, and we want to know what that's all about, where we left off, what's coming up. Tim, you got it all for us.
So good morning and happy Father's Day to all the
fathers. Happy Father's Day to you.
So let's go back a little bit. We'll remember the last time that we met, she had appeared in Las Vegas and literally walked up stage, and we haven't seen her in public other than on Instagram since then.
A lot.
Now, her father was removed as co-guardian or co-conservator in 2019 for health issues. And back before that, the man that had been acting as her co-conservator kind of walked off, and he walked off in a loud way. He had just gotten a raise, he had done all kinds of stuff, and then he said, you know, I'm done as co-conservator and somebody else needs to come in. And this was kind of a sign that maybe there was trouble going on in the Britney household. Well, then her father gets removed, and her personal assistant comes in, Miss Montgomery comes in and acts as a co-conservator of her person. Remember, we have the conservator of her person and we have the conservator of her financial estate. And the lawyer that had walked off was the co-conservator of her financial estate. Okay, so now the judge appoints somebody else as co-conservator of the financial estate, and this friend as co-conservator or as conservator of her person while her dad is gone. Now, her brother comes out in 2020 in the summer and basically gives the first interview talking about the conservatorship. Says that Britney did not want her dad to be the conservator, says that it's been very difficult, but he thinks it very much has been in the best interest of her and in the best interest of the rest of the family. Mom also appears for the first time and shows up in court in 2020 and files documents saying, I wish to be notified when anything else was going on, which kind of indicates to us that she really wasn't being notified of any of this, or kind of wasn't around, which nobody really knows why. Britney then comes in and actively says, I don't want Dad as co-conservator or co-conservator. I want to have my friend here, this Miss Montgomery, as co-conservator. The judge hears that, has this other person appointed, denies that. Then there's a hearing. I actually took notes as to what's coming up.
This is how we know it's important and factual.
Right. In November, the judge, in August is when she filed, and she said strongly opposed her dad being re-put in as co-conservator of her person. The judge denied that in November, but did say we were going to relook at that again in the future. In February, Dad came in and said he wanted to be sole conservator, and the judge said, no, we're not going to do that. And then in March, Jody became that's her friend, Miss Montgomery, became a permanent co-conservator, which Britney agreed to. Now, remember, in none of these has Britney said, I want the conservatorship to go away.
Right.
She wants Dad to not be conservator. However, in all of these things, she's saying, I still reserve the right to contest this at some time down the road. So she's kind of always preserved that issue. But the real argument here now is I don't want Dad as co-conservator. And Dad is co-conservator of person and estate. He's co-conservator of both.
Because the other guy left.
Because the other guy left, and they brought in this trust, this Bessemer Trust.
Right.
So a bank, essentially. Okay. So in March, Jody becomes permanent co-conservator, and then Britney's lawyers have filed something indicating that she wishes to address the court personally with regards to the conservatorship, and that's now scheduled to happen in 2 weeks.
So what do you think she's going to say?
Well, it seems very, right from the beginning in 2008, she said she didn't want her dad to be co-conservator. Right. Remember, she initially hired her own lawyer to come in and say, I don't want Dad as co-conservator, I want somebody else as co-conservator. But it didn't seem like anybody else was raising their hand. And so Dad became conservator, and then, like we talked about, everything went smoothly. Well, as long as things are going smoothly, the court's not going to disrupt that.
Right.
But we've got a new person now. We've got a new person. She was part conservator for a period of time. Everything still went well. The person that is the subject of the conservatorship wants her and wants Dad gone. We've got somebody else in place as conservator of the estate.
Sure.
This is kind of a perfect time for the judge to say, okay, Dad, it's time for you to move along. And I think what Britney's lawyers are telling her is, the judge wants to hear it from you. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Let's be real, the rest of us do too.
It seems to be time. Yeah,
when Tim sat down, I said, well, it's our last time talking about Britney. And then we said, maybe not.
Maybe not.
We'll see. We'll see what happens next month. Thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, happy Father's Day to you, too. You can reach Tim, and Mahoney's got your back. GoodDayStateline.com. If you are looking to take your dad out for an epic Bloody Mary later today, or maybe you want to fly to margaritas, we found the perfect place. We're off to Bagel Lounge. In just a second on Good Day State Line, later revealing the GDS Dad of the Year, but we do have another giveaway too. This is a line of a Trade Canvas Weekender bag, thanks to distinctive assets. You can enter to win right now at GoodDayStateline.com.